Hello everybody, in this video I will teach you how to deal with inequalities and we will do the examples below. Linear inequalities are equations which have an inequality sign instead of an equal sign. Remember, if you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number, the inequality sign changes. So if I give you minus x greater than 4 and I divide both sides with a negative, then the sign will change. The sign swaps to the opposite sign and it becomes x is smaller than minus 4. The methods used to solve inequalities are similar to solving equations. Interval notation. It can only be used to represent real numbers. Round brackets indicate that the number is not included. So when I give you minus 3, 2 with nothing included, the round brackets, then on a numbered line you will say negative 3 and you make it an open circle. On 2 there's an open circle and then you join the 2 with a line. That means the solution lies between negative 3 and 2, all the numbers that you find there. The second one, a square bracket indicates that the number is included. When I give you included negative 4 up to 3, then on a numbered line, there's your negative 4, solid dot, there's 3, open circle, and then you join them with a solid line. Round brackets are always used for positive and negative infinity. For example, that one is 1 included up to positive infinity. And on a number line, there's 1, solid dot, and then goes to the right hand side, positive infinity. You can only draw a solid line if the variable is a real number. If it is restricted to whole numbers, natural numbers or integers, then you would have to give the exact numbers. Now, if I give you represent this on a number line x greater than negative 2 and x is an element z, which means integers, then you will write this as x greater than negative 2 will be negative 1, just a dot, 0, 1, and then you put a little arrow and that's where you stop. Solve for x and represent your answer on a number line and in interval notation. Now you will see there's your inequality and you will deal with the inequality exactly the same way as you would with an equation. So what we will do is the 2 will walk across so that all the numbers are on the one side and the x will walk across and it becomes 3x minus x smaller than 8 minus 2. Then on the left hand side, 3x minus x is 2x, smaller than 8 minus 2 is 6. And then we divide by 2 both sides and x is smaller than 3. There's your interval notation. On a number line, there's your number line. You go to 3. It's an open circle since it's not included, and smaller than 3, your arrow will point to the left. The second one, remember I said you deal with the inequality exactly the same way you would solve the equation. So therefore, you will get rid of the bracket first. We will multiply in the 2 and it becomes 2x minus 2 smaller equals 6x plus 4. Then we add like terms, so 2x and then negative 2 is negative 4. Now we get all the numbers on one side and all the variables on the other side. I prefer my variables on the left hand side, so I will let the 6x walk across. So 2x minus 6x smaller equal to 4 plus 4. 2x minus 6x is negative 4x smaller than equal to 8, and then now divide -4 both sides. And remember, when you divide by a negative, the sign will swap around. And your final answer in interval notation, x is greater and equal to -2. On a number line, you go to -2. It's a solid dot since it's included, and then greater than -2 means going to the right hand side. Solve for x and represent your answer on a number line and in interval notation. Now you look at that inequality and you find fractions. So in a normal equation you would find an LCD, and that is exactly what you're going to do here. Your LCD is 4. Then what do you do with the LCD? Is we multiply every term by the LCD. There you can see I'm doing it for you. Then you're going to say 2 goes in itself once, 2 goes in there twice, and I'm left with 2 bracket x minus 3 plus 1 times 4 is 4, smaller than 4 and 4 will cancel, and I'm left with x, and then -1 times 4 is -4. Again, I will multiply in the 2 to get rid of the bracket, so it becomes 2x minus 6 plus 4 smaller than x minus 4. Now I'm going to add like terms. -6 plus 4 is -2, so it's 2x minus 2 smaller than x minus 4. Get all the x's on one side. This one will walk across and the -2 will walk across, and remember the signs change. So it becomes 2x minus x smaller than -4 plus 2. Then on the left, 2x minus x is just x smaller than, and on the right, -4 plus 2 is -2. And remember, I didn't divide or multiply by a negative, therefore the sign did not change. Now, x smaller than -2 on a number line. There's your number line. You go to -2. It's an open circle because it's not included, and then smaller than -2, your arrow will go to the left. Solve for x and represent your answer on a number line and in interval notation. So now you find a double inequality. Now all you do is you solve x. But here the -1 will go out to the right hand side and it goes out to the left hand side. And its sign changes. So you find -2 plus 1, x in the middle, and 3 plus 1. Then -2 plus 1 is -1, x in the middle, 3 plus 1 is 4. And then this one you read as x is smaller than 4 and x is greater and equal to -1. So on a number line, you go to -1 with a closed dot, you go to 4 with an open dot, and you join the two with a solid line. The next one, now there's 4 minus x inside. You will take the 4 across, and you will take the 4 across to that side, and the signs change. So it becomes 3 minus 4, minus x in the middle, minus 4 plus 16. Then you add 3 minus 4 is -1 with a negative x in the middle, and -4 plus 16 is 12. But the question said solve x, not minus x. So now you're going to divide right through by a negative. And when you do that, all the signs and the inequalities will change. Therefore, this one reads as x is greater and equal to -12, and x is smaller and equal to 1. On a number line, there's -12, it's included. There's 1, oh, I lost 1, 1 is back, included, and then a solid line that joins the two dots. In the next video, I will explain some word problems. Click on the video in the left-hand corner to take you straight to the next video.